welcome to my world. Today I want to talk about another Star Wars book. And this one goes hand in hand with one of the previous videos I just put out, the Book of Sith, and it is the Jedi Path. Same style of book with the cover, the inside not quite the same just because it's not a collection of different scrolls and things like that. It is instead sort of basically like a guide, a handbook for the Jedi that was passed down. So again, it has tons of annotations in it, which is one of the selling points I think for these. And we have it from Yoda, Fanfare, if that's how you pronounce his name. I don't think I'm familiar with who he is, but maybe I am and I'm just forgetting. There's Dooku, Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, Ahsoka Tano, and Darth Sidious got hold of it obviously after the Jedi fell, and now it's in the hands of Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker just starts at the beginning here, and he tells us basically the history of this copy of the book. Master Yoda had it first, and then he gave it to Thane Carillion, whatever, which was then passed down to Count Dooku, who then passed it down to Qui-Gon Jinn, who then passed it down to Obi-Wan Kenobi, passed it down to Anakin Skywalker, Ahsoka Tano, and then Darth Sidious obviously got it, and now Luke Skywalker uses it, and he uses it for basically helping him start up his own Jedi Academy. Yeah, so really, really interesting learning all about the Jedi. Well, it being like a collection of different scrolls and things like the Sith Wars and diaries and things. This is a guide to being a Jedi. It tells you all about the Jedi Code. How what you do before you become a Jedi Knight. You've got the Jedi Initiate and how you join different clans and things, what you wear, all the trials to becoming a Padawan, what you do as a Padawan, all the stuff that you learn, how you become a Jedi Knight, the different roles of a Knight, the Guardian, Consular, and Sentinel. Different techniques. It shows you all the different lightsaber techniques, Form 1 through to Form 6, and then a bit on Form 7. So it's really interesting stuff there. It's just that while the content's really good, the annotations are very disappointing compared to the Sith book here. I don't know, it seems like it shows that the Jedi are kind of petty and stupid. Some of the comments are just ridiculous. One of Ahsoka's is just, Yoda was a youngling? Well, duh. Really stupid things like guys going back and forth with each other, like someone replying to someone else's comment and all this stuff, and Anakin being an arrogant arsehole and things like that. It's just kind of weird, really. It's not, I guess, not quite the annotations I was expecting for the most part. And as well, while the content is really good, it does kind of make me not like the Jedi quite as much. They really are just like any kind of religion these days, and this being the Bible. Basically, whatever they have said goes, If people disagree with them, they are wrong. Only the Jedi are the right way in using the Force. Nobody else understands all these different, Force users, and, not evil, not Sith and things like that. Oh, they're wrong. They're not using the Force properly. The Force isn't talking to them properly. Only we know. And again, you get a further understanding of why Palpatine, wanted to get rid of the Jedi, and why Anakin turned to the dark side, why guys like Dooku turned, why Qui-Gon Jinn didn't want to join the Council, because the Jedi were so behind the times, refused to change with the times. The contents of this book are something like 25,000 years old or something, the Jedi Code, and they haven't changed it, really. Aside from a couple of the Jedi trials and how they go about doing them, everything's the same. The code and what they can and can't learn and things like that, how they're limited with certain things. And yeah, it just gave me a new outlook on the Jedi. I mean, I always do side to the bad guys, usually anyway, the Sith, but this really does help me prefer the Sith to the Jedi in a lot of ways. But aside from that, like I said, the annotations aren't as good in it, but the actual content, learning about the Jedi, is very good, very informative. I did enjoy learning about the different, lightsaber techniques, the forms, the lightsaber forms, and how they all differ, what they're used for, how guys combine certain things. Even simple things like Count Dooku. If you watch the films and the TV shows with him in, whenever he fights, he'll put his lightsaber up in front of his face and then whisper it back down, before he fights. And that's all part of the Form 3, I think he uses, and that's basically, he's like, instead of bowing before a fight, that's him showing his respect. And that, and it's just little cool things like that. Really just add more to the whole lore of the Jedi and Star Wars. So really cool book. Again, I paid under $10 for this on the Book Depository website, which is kind of my go-to place now before I look up Star Wars books, because it's usually cheaper than the likes of Amazon and things like that, and it's free delivery. Yeah, so I picked this up for £9 something, so under a tenner, and it's very good. It goes very well with, of course, the Sith book. So while the annotations are disappointing, the actual content is still really good. So, as always, I would recommend the book. I've yet to read one of these Star Wars books and not recommend it or not enjoy it, so I must be doing quite well picking them. Yeah, so I'm bigcal, thanks for watching, and I'm sure we'll be back soon with another Star Wars book video. I just have to buy another one first and then read it. So, thanks for watching. See you again next time.